Welcome, everybody. This is your boy Satoshi Mother effing Heavy signing in here with a dose of crypto, and that's it because we ain't gonna cover forex stocks. Dang, Ethereum, what a buyback, right? The Aeon type will start about about 1 minute, alright? Alright. Grab your pen and paper, it's about to be a good one. Covering Bitcoin, ETH, ICX, LINK. Maybe probably like 22. As always, this presentation, this video, whatever you want to call it, is brought to you by the people who I do this for. And it is Elevate Trading. Alright, www.elevate-trading.com. And with that, let us begin. What chart is this? I got so many charts open right now, I can't even fucking... Hold on. Let me pause this music in the background. Great music, right? Anyways. Chat box is... I can close that. I can close this. Let me save these two. I could actually just close this one. I don't need that one open one time. I might need it open one time. Let me also do this as well so my eyes aren't bleeding. And chat box open. X out of this. I was in a little mini short on ETH, but I might close it because it looks like it wants to push up here. Hold on, we'll cover some stuff here. I don't think I need this open. I'm just trying to close out all the tabs I need to close out so I don't have anything running us slower than we need to be already. I need that open. That's the one we're on. That's my chart. I need this as well. These could combine. Sorry, I should have done this earlier. Of course, you know me, Mr. Fashion Me Late. Okay. Let's go to Bitcoin. Sorry, it'll take a little bit longer. All right. So my interpretation of corn, big old corn, Bitcoin, is that we're still in an impulse. I'm also with the interpretation. I want to close this. I'm going to close this ETH short ahead just because it doesn't make sense anymore the way we're acting here. Minimal loss because with fees. Okay, my interpretation was that we're doing this. Chat box open. No one's talking, which is very rare. Hold on. Did I not post it in my group? I'm gonna not have. I haven't done it at anybody. In either group. Anywhere I didn't do that. Alright. Excellent with that. I now have the only thing I need to open. Okay, my interpretation of Bitcoin was that we're in the impulse starting from this low. I think this is the ABC. These were your two corrective phases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expanding diagonal. Wave 5 did not hit the bottom boundary and truncates, two things that were very common. The only thing that was the opposite was that wave 1 was not the longest where it usually is, which is something I might later have to come and fix if this interpretation ends up being wrong in the future. But as of right now, that's what's been pretty alright. So, the way I interpreted this at first is 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and this is A, B, C, and now we're coming up for 4, 5, right? There is another interpretation where this is still where we just started correcting, and this is actually the top here, which makes sense because this at the top, I know from in my opinion, that's the impulse, that's the impulse, and that's the impulse, right? So this could be actually that this is in itself its own little subwave. So it could be like a 1, 2, 3, and then this is maybe 4, this is 5, run up here, then we correct. All that I know is that I am more with the idea I'm buying buying dips until certain levels are lost, just because it seems like we're missing some waves up here on the top side of Bitcoin. And when you look at other like graphs and charts and stuff going around like around the world and stuff like that, it just doesn't make sense for this to really be a top. Yes, we have traveled a great deal of amounts of time, price in a short amount of time, but when you look at other aspects in terms of global interest, outflows and inflows in terms of who's buying and who's selling right now, it doesn't make sense for it to be a top like is the tops have happened in the past, like in 2017. We're starting at this point. We still haven't even tipped the equilibrium of outflow to inflow of smart money who've been buying, before the run, and dumb money or retail who are now buying, which is a pretty good indication of or telltale sign of where you are in the grand scheme of your trend or bull run, whatever you want to call it. It seems like we're still not exactly at the place where I would say we're topped yet. To me, it seems like we're missing some moves, some blow-off tops across the board that is make me feel like I should hold on to this bias until proven otherwise, right? And so with this, it's very, like I said, it's pretty difficult to say for certain what it is. The way I would interpret it is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is all three of this degree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is now done, and we're now correcting this. We're now in this phase. So we're gonna at least take a 1/3 time within 1/3 price, or at least one of those aspects are gonna be hit, if not both. If we're assuming the high of 3 is here, which I am now. We would assume a low needs to be made in this box. Let's draw our fibs real quick. Retrace. Again, the count is 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this is 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 5, which finishes this. There's many ways to count that. There's no exactly one correct way. It depends on how you pull things. So we also know that we should at least make a minimum retrace of this. So the rule is either make a minimum retracement of this or retrace at least of this amount of time before we can make a move up. So let's say if we just move up from here, from this point on, it wouldn't make sense that this would be the count anymore. It would make more sense that like for some reason I missed something and it's like one, I don't know, but this would be like a new start of an impulse that I just missed. But it wouldn't make sense for this count. In order for this count to be right, we know that time and price must meet a certain requirement, and it's right here at 316. Both time and price. Time-wise is this vertical line. So we see that no matter what, we have more time and price to correct at a bare minimum. We either have to drop lower to say it's a good buy, or we have to correct more to say it's a good buy. We can buying here is only assuming for like a scalp. I am a believer that this is gonna head lower in some fashion or sideways in some fashion for at least until middle of that week. I'll be more with the idea that we trend lower though. Coming off a really bullish week, really coming off like all this bullish news. I think the last week started, the 7th was right here. It was the 14th now, right here. So I don't think we will retrace the entire move of last week, but I think we will retrace a good deal of it. Here's the 50% level of that move, which lines up with that 316 level, which makes a lot of sense, both on psychological aspects and levels. So I like that. I like this area a lot for a bounce, but that would have been the move to get on a short. I actually wish I was kind of salty because I kind of saw this coming. Not like full balls to the wall saw it coming, but I but I posted in my group. Someone's adding me, so I'm praying to God. I'll cover that right now. AGISCH in my group about ETH going lower. So in my group today, I was in a long on ETH, which ended up being profitable. This is my idea. I sent over to a buddy of mine that we're gonna come and retest this box thing, and that's what happened. We came and tested that box, but I didn't post this. That doesn't matter. What I was saying is that I saw at 1:32 p.m. today, like mid time frames, like topping on both ETH and Bitcoin, looking to possibly short NYC close. And if you guys don't know anything about NYC close or my NYC kill zone aspect or psychology, I mean, I can't really explain it, but those time frames are very important in terms of positioning. And so I tweeted out that, and I posted this chart and posted these wedges, and I said, watch these wedges to break down. Throughout my context, we had some major divergences here. Although the hourly's reset here, I didn't believe it. Or the 5 hours reset, I didn't believe it. The 5 hour takes a lot of time to base, and a lot of time to top. It doesn't just touch it and roll over. So even though we're bottom here, I didn't believe it, especially since Ethereum wasn't doing the same thing Bitcoin was. If they're both cracking blue, I've been kind of salty to close that short. I do think that across the board we are going to trend lower, but again, we'll cover that right now. So today's going to be kind of a longish day, but not really long. We'll try to go for an hour. Maybe not. We might not cover some of the alts. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, I saw that. We broke down, whatever. Here's our area of interest on Bitcoin, in my opinion. Again, my opinion is that we finish this 3, and we're correcting for this 4. We need at least a minimum time of here or a minimum price of here. So if price happens to just trickle down like this before that, I'll be kind of scared, but I wouldn't be too worried, especially if you get a reaction at the 3186, the 386, which we have. I didn't mark it there, but it's high at the top of that box. If you get a reaction there, you could probably long that with confidence that you're at least going to probably balance and maybe create some sort of range before our ultimate breakout. Or if price, consolidates up here, I guarantee it'll reset all those indicators. And we'll get a lot of people thinking this is some head and shoulders type thing, which then it'll probably do a little fake out thing and then moon, like it always does. But my initial and primary basis with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency across the board is that we're bullishly trending still. But I am with the idea that this is some sort of final impulsive phase of some degree. But one thing is to note that this price movement, it is so large that it's kind of, yeah, I really think if anything, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're in the fifth and final wave, which makes the most sense. From this low to where we're at now, it's the fifth and final wave, and we're gonna extend it, which makes the most sense. looking at indicators, clear break on OBV here. I wouldn't be trusting any positional swing longs unless we hit those levels or those times are met, or if this flips on us before those things are met, both in price and time. But for now, I'm expecting a possible trending piece lower until here. I'm at least I'm not guaranteeing, but I'm at least expecting some sort of consolidation or corrective phase be happening for this next week or so. I don't know what it's gonna do for alts either, honestly. I don't trade alts too heavily to really get that keen type of idea. One thing's for sure though, the hourly is primed for a setup for a long. But I do expect this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will be your buy. This order block right here. This order block from this high came, filled here, moved, and we made 2 new swing highs from this order block. Boom, boom. So there's going to be a reaction here. I think it will end up failing, like I said, like doing this, coming here, bouncing, going lower, then moving. Who knows what will happen up to this point? We can only assume what would happen up to this point. Okay. Ethereum. A clear break right here, right? And I ended up shorting again. I shorted this little kickback, but this little pop-up made me fucking close it. So I kind of might be salty if it ends up just trending lower like I assumed. So the idea on ETH and Bitcoin are basically the same. I think this is a truncation on ETH, honestly, which is very scary. But I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so 1, 2, 3, 4. I expect at least one more low to break this before an actual buy set up on ETH. We anticipate if we start trending above this point, I'll be bullish. But until then, I'm expecting at least lower on ETH until the low will probably be made between midnight to 2 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is London Open, which is about is right here. From there, the low will most likely, there's a 70% chance the low will probably be made within this little block here. But that was a short right there. Should have held, but I thought something else was going to happen. I should have measured time, but I was trying to set up this live stream and make a thumbnail and a whole bunch of other stuff. Should have stuck with it. Gutted. Oh well, whatever. So you'd expect at least time and price. You know, we already hit the price mat. Price already met, so we can move down at this point. But typically you look for price and time, but it's not needed. Just one of them is needed. There's price and time. There's price. I'm at time. Here's price now, which is already met. See, it's already met right there. Which one trick I want to show you guys, which is probably worked right here to fucking T. So whenever your 1618 breaks and you come tag your 26 whatever, you expect on a retrace your 2.36 and your 1.382 to hold as a rejection or support zone. And I probably made most of my money using this one single tactic during the bear market of 2017. You see how close that was. And it usually lines up with wave 3 of a smaller degree if you're a wave trader, which is also very common for your wave 4 to end. Your wave 4 with a smaller degree, which is very common for your wave 4 to end a larger degree. It's actually it's the most common ending zone for your wave of a larger degree, which we see we hit that wave 4 of a smaller degree. A rejection so far. Again, I expect this to break this low here, and then that be a buy. But ETH might be really heavy. Again, I told everybody in my group that I took out 70% of my ETH holdings here into USDT. This bounce made me kind of suspect that I was going to be sus about it because it was going to come back up. But I'm now with the idea that we're most likely going to trend below this low. And I'm looking for this area for a bounce on ETH. for now. One thing again that's just really eye-opening for me is the fact that ETH has broke this trend line and rejected it so far, and we're now inside. See these giant wicks? See these long wicks? We're now, the body of this candle is now inside the wicks of these. So there was once orders here that filled up price and pushed price up, but now these orders are now gone. So the likelihood of now price holding in this zone is less likely. It's most likely going to trend and chase the stops below this wick. First stops are these stops, and then it's probably going to be a little bounce here. And then if it doesn't clear this high at 1737, it'll probably chase this low, like I assume, which completes the Elliott wave pattern, which then completes the idea that we can buy. But I'll be very suspect on Ethereum, just because this right here is very scary. Like if this is a truncation, that's really scary. But we can't assume that until more price action occurs. We already hit a 1618 extension. So we assume at a bare minimum, since we hit a 1618 extension, that this is going to be a ABC or a 1 through 5. If it could be a YXY, but time has to meet a requirement and it doesn't here. And now we're covering a lot, talking a lot, and not covering a lot of coins. And this low landed outside the requirement for a YXY, which is right here. So since it does that, we can't assume with certainty or confidence that there's a WXY, and this is the ABC, and this low, once it's low, we move up. It seems like we're missing a move because time says so, and price says so. Because we hit a 1618 extension, so there's only a few patterns that can meet that requirement or meet that level in this time frame we met it in, and so far it just doesn't make sense for this to be that low. So I'm expecting that at least at a bare minimum, this being an A, B, C. Well, I expected that at a minimum, but we see that this is missing. Where the C leg is missing a move. So, like, if we are to break lower, like this, that opens the possibility that this turns into a 1, 2, 3. This will be 4, and then more lows 5. So just be very cautious. I'm not saying this is the count yet. But lower time frames, the way this structure looks, extensions, the way we broke this trend line, it just looks like we're due to attack this low here. At least one more. It looks like we're missing it. We extended from this swing to this swing. We extended over 1618. I mean, from this swing to this swing, we extended over 1618, which breaks the rule for any corrective pattern. Since we broke this, any rule for a corrective pattern is now thrown out the window, and we look for a 5-wave impulsive pattern. Here's 1 wave, here's 2 waves, here's 3 waves, here's 4 waves. We assume another wave will come down because of the extensions that were made. And if that does happen, then we do the same thing on the higher degree where we break the 1618 extension rule for a corrected pattern. And now we open up the door for that 5-wave impulsive pattern. Now, what we'll say, in our market, crypto, extensions tend to fail, and I will not always trust them full-heartedly, and you always have to confirm them with some other basis. And that's why, like I'm saying, like, if this happens, if we do break lower like this, like I'm assuming, I'm still gonna buy this, just because you never really know. I've seen ABCs where C waves hit 2.68 right here, and that's literally an ABC, and it moves back up. It goes A, B, C. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then we broke all the rules for Elliott waves to say we're going to be in an impulse, or made all the rules now illogical to assume we're going to be in an impulse, but then we just invalidate that by retracing it all the way back up. So it doesn't happen often, but it does happen enough to where you have to be cautious about it. You cannot be like, oh, since it broke this, I'm definitely going to go 100%, 100x short on all my positions because I know that for certain we're going to break that low because Elliott Wave says so. Well, rules break in our market. We don't have it. It's still, our market is still so new that we don't have billions of participants. It's still very new. All right. So that's my idea on Ethereum. If we start trading above this level on closes on a 13-minute time frame, I'll be saying that we're not going to trend lower. But for now, as long as we stay underneath 1730 on the 13 to 15-minute time frame, I'm assuming we're going to go lower. Okay? And I'm going to look for a buying opportunity around midnight to 2 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But be very aware that this could end up being something very, very bearish. Okay? Now let's go to Link. But that's my 4. I think they're all here. I forget. There's so many. I think it's this chart. I think I've switched it to where it's only these 2 charts now. Which is what I needed. Nope. I just thought I had a chart that was more recent, but I guess I deleted it or something. Oh well, we'll go to this one. We'll stick it with 2 for now on. Stick with 2. Let's see. Chat box. Chat box is still quiet. So I'm really worried. It says my voice is fine. Stream's fine. Everything seems to be fine, just nobody's talking. So I'm just gonna keep going, see where this goes. Try to go as fast as possible here. Link is very interesting. The way the structure is moving. Hard for a person who comes from a wave perspective to make sense of it. But if I were going to say, and honestly it looks kind of bullish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're off to the races in this thing. If we retrace lower than this wick here, I'm bearish on Link. But for now, as long as we maintain this wick, I for some reason think this is a monumental wave 3 about to occur on Link, which is kind of crazy. What a crazy chart. I remember charting this down here. That was insane. Cannot believe this. Absolutely insane. I'm still with this though. This could also be a 1-2, 1-2. There's no telling until future price action arises. But 3, 4, 1, 2, and we're still in this, it seems like. This doesn't make sense for this to be a top, so I'm thinking Link's bullish. I think Link, this is an A, B, C, and this is enough for Link to say we go up. It seems like we could be missing a little wave like this, but this could be that 3, which I think it is, because on Bitcoin it was, remember? That was wave 3. I meant wave 4 on Bitcoin. So I think this is 1, 2, 3, sliding 4, 5. And now that I'm assuming I'm going to be bullish on Link as long as we hold 27.30. Monumentally bullish. For some reason, I just think this is gonna be this gigantic impulse here. I'm pretty positive and confident this is a wave 4, low wave 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonal, very clear as day, flat, and then to me this made a clear 5 wave up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC retrace 68%. Strong reaction from the last basing. I'm bullish until further, until I'm disproven on Link. Level stated. This can do this weird thing, so if you buy here and it trickles down here, oh, I'm losing 40%. Well, I'm letting you know that just be mindful that it could trend 10% down and it'd be fine, okay? Litecoin, and then ICX, and then Litecoin. Because this ICX, this was so fucking golden. I could not believe how well that worked. Now, I believe that this is... I'm going to delete this. Okay, I don't need that. I think we're in the large degree impulse now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1. This should be 1, 2, if this is correct. This is why I can't be bearish, because so many... Like, I can't be bearish on Bitcoin and stuff, because like so many other coins just look so... Especially alts, like bullish still. Like, I just feel like we're missing that pop, that thing that reels everybody in, that suckers everybody in. You know, I just don't feel like that has happened yet. But I could be one of those people who are being suckered in and buying the top. But to me, this isn't. This does not look like a top. When I see charts like ICX that pumped as hard as they did in 2017, it's hard for me to say that the entire ecosystem, entire space, is done, or with what we're doing. Especially when you have people like, or things like Tesla, or companies like Tesla, PayPal, all that stuff, coming in. This doesn't make sense. For ICX, I would not like it below this level, though. Sure, we can trend lower than that, but it'll have to be very quick. Hard stop for ICX is this low here, but I'd argue and reckon that a stop of this now would be okay. I started tweeting about this coin and pair about right here. I added back in when it dipped down here, and I bought even more here, and I'm willing to buy more right now and move my stop up to about here. It's between this level and this level. This is now invalid under this. This was up there because it was on a lower degree. That lower degree has finished. Now we're working on the higher degree, which is this 1, 2. Which the wave for this to be invalid is that wave 1 cannot be fully retraced. But I reckon an 88% retrace is enough, which is right here. Alright. That is about it. I don't really care about Dodge in terms of... Okay, that bounce didn't happen at all, so... I actually took this position, so I took this position and I took a loss on it. I didn't even notice that, but yeah, I took a loss on that, guys. So I'm out about $100 on that. It's all good, though. It's mostly for fun. I'm trying to get a hang of Dodge and how it works, but I don't know. I'm 2 for 2 with it, so I don't know. Didn't really make only a 10% up on that, 15% up though. So like two losses are pretty negative. I'm assuming that's going to be about 102. But yeah, essentially it's this still looks like a B wave to me. A, B, A, B, C. This is probably going to go all the way down. A, B, and this is a C wave. I would not be... Let's see if we can use any of our indicators to help us trade this. In my opinion, it works very well with that break. It's pretty well. As long as those are in tandem, it works pretty damn phenomenally. Right? Negative, broke there, negative, pretty good short. This stochastic doesn't really work on Dogecoin, so I wouldn't trust it. ADA USD idea. I could take a look at that. I'll do Kraken just because I have a Kraken account. Wow. I haven't drawn this chart in forever, but I guess I was kind of right in assuming we were going to moon, but I thought we'd dip, I guess. So I was wrong on that, but I was right that we're mooning. That is absolutely crazy. I did not notice. Why is no one talking about this? Because I didn't notice that. What a run. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I will assume that this is a... We're in this somewhere. I'm also assuming this is not to scale yet. I don't. This is kind of hard to. One, two, three, four. 1, 2. Yeah. So this wave 3 is having an extended fifth in it. And so far we just finished the first wave of that extended fifth, I believe. I'm honestly kind of wanting to buy this. Sorry that they're all labeled the same color. And this should be... One, two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. If this is correct, this is which the volume here tells me we're in some sort of impulsive phase, and the fact that we broke out of this in this just gigantic range. If you look at this, gosh, like that was so beautiful. Right? So I really expect that we're impulsive now. This is volume. There's no reason to say that this is the top. No reason. Yeah, Bitcoin could retrace and stuff and it could hurt things, but I would reckon this is 3 waves here, so W, X, Y. This is where your impulse starts, I think. 1, 2, 1, 2. Could even do this. Yeah, I'm bullish on this. Look at this sell candle here. So we have a massive sell candle, right? This is the highest sell candle in a while. So as long as we hold this low here, we're fine on the close. I wouldn't be surprised if this does trend lower for the meantime. I would be bearish underneath this level here. If we get this low, below it right here, this red line, I would think I'm wrong with this idea. Okay. Which is 603. Just because this is a pretty strong order block that I anticipate holding, and there's really nothing between here, this order block and this order block, and for me this move to retrace all the way down here just wouldn't make sense. Say this is 1 2 1 2. This would have to stay high and tight like this. Okay. All right, so that's about it. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe button. Tell me what you hate, tell me what you like, tell me what you want more of. And I'll make sure to look at that. I can always do. Appreciate y'all. With that, if there's any last minute question concerns, this is your time to answer them. If not, then I'm going to get out of here in the next 3 to 5 minutes. And no problem. No problemo. Cool. I took a small little short on ETH right there. That kind of worked out. Alright, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, you catch me. Curious what you see on Reef. Damn, I don't trade Reef. I don't even know what Reef is on. Any color on like... What do you mean color? Man, I don't know about this coin because this is a relatively new coin. This has a significant lot of volume on it here. So I would say whenever you see a lot high volume candles, you want to make note of them. It's right there. It's right. There's the low. And there's the high. So as long as we say close within these, I think we're okay. This looks like an impulse. Disregarding this in the beginning. Disregarding all of this. 1, 2, or A, B, then 1, 2. I'm assuming this is this. Maybe like that. We have to close this day, this 5 hour inside this level though. If we don't do that, I don't think this is gonna happen. Okay. That's what I think about it. Close outside underneath it. I think we would travel lower. Maybe test this area here. I don't really trade alts. Alts move a little bit differently. Tend to move a little differently, especially low to mid cap alts like this. Elliott Wave tends to fail more often with low to mid cap alts because, like I said, all Elliott Wave relies on is market participants to make sure its theory works and stuff. So when the market participants are lacking, then the theory tends to fail a lot. That's why low time frame traders it's just not really useful. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate that. Heavily, I really appreciate that. And I apologize for not really being attentive today. That's one thing that sucks about crypto. We really don't get a break. Like, yeah, we really don't get a break, you know? Like, yeah, you can like not trade during the weekend and be out of the market, but like I still have to pay attention to make sure, you know, I get that alert out to y'all. That's why I created these bots. I'm gonna create that swing bot too as well to kind of help that. Usually when that bot, that intraday trading bot is short or long, that's basically what I'm gonna be on myself. So if I'm not around dictating you what to do and the bot fires a trigger, that's most likely what I'm gonna be also doing or saying. And so you should probably listen to that if I'm not around. Just, you know, make that call. What about any color on Litecoin? Let's look at Litecoin real quick and then we'll get out of here. I'm the same thing with Litecoin. Let's go to a different chart, by the way. I don't know why it's... Can't believe this is the last time I charted this. That was a long time ago. Wow. To me, this looks like a 1 through 5 so far. It's formed. Right. This volume's kind of abysmal. Not really greatest looking volume here. I'm pretty sure it's gonna do that though. Man, I appreciate that a lot. Heavily. I just want to create, you know, all of us, the admin, people who help make Elevate possible. You know, the whole aspect is creating a tight-knit family because to me, that's just the best way to do things. And I do truly care about y'all, you know. We do. So, with Litecoin, let's just do some few things. That volume, we can see the volume picked up here, which tells us this is a trending and motive piece. Now, just trying to figure out where we are in it. Again, I think this is what happened. So let's just zoom in, keep zooming in here until things start making sense again. And sorry that this is looking a little bit like a mess. Oh, God, that's a clean count right there. I didn't notice that. Wow. It's clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I pointed that out into the group, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I got in on. Nope, that can't be it. I might be able to check. It can't be it. So this is actually probably the count. Give me a second. That was a little wrong there. I know it's exited and told you guys about that though. Okay, so rules with Litecoin. This sell-off was pretty aggressive. To me, I could possibly count a 5-wave impulsive phase up. So we have to have rules based on price action because Elliott Wave can't really help us here. Because we know that this can be a top, but that's not enough. So let's mark out our levels. You want to mark out your previous swing high, which is right there. We already retested it. So we broke out of it, it's our first retest. Usually the very most extreme or level of the previous swing high, swing low is not the level you want to be bidding on. Usually it gets retested first or whatever, and then violated. So come get tested, come up, and then it'll come squeak, take those stops out, and then move. But this is the area I anticipate us holding if it's going to be true. Also, if it's going to be true, we know we have to retrace a minimum requirement, which is basically in this box as well, which fits the bias that we have to retrace a little bit more here on Litecoin. I would be bearish if we break this trend line less time and complexity. So far, we're okay. But if this trend line here gets broken in less time and complexity, be bearish. So if we were to do this, Ethereum's kind of moving up. Let's want to close it. So if we are to just come to this and then do that, I'll be pretty damn bearish. I want some price actions to meander up here until about this time. I don't want us to start this breaking lower as this time is coming closer. I want us to stay up here to give me confidence that we are extending just like Bitcoin did and just like Ethereum did. because the rest of the market did that, Litecoin just could for some reason not extend and just totally cuck us and just decide it wants to go down, which I don't believe at this point. But be aware that that could happen, and we have to let price action prove to us that our idea on Elliott wave is true. For now, I think we're going to test lower. Same kind of thing, 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. Go lower, break that low. That would probably be a buy opportunity on basically all the pairs. Next low, in my opinion. But it'll turn into a sell again, because then at that point we're now. But yeah. And again, thank you all. Appreciate all the kind of words in the chat box, chat room. Appreciate that immensely. Again, all we try to do is just try to be one tight-knit family, try to help everyone as much as possible. You know, show everybody that it is possible to make it in this field. You just have a confidence, a really good plan, and the right group of people around you to really help you out when you're feeling low, and give you those good ideas and help you, grow as a person and a trader. You know, so that's something that we hopefully have built with Elevate. Building that type of environment. So again, thank you all for saying all those kind words and stuff like that. Appreciate those immensely. It means a lot. All right. It's all love. It's always love. Remember that. So with that, again, you can catch me, your boy Satoshi Heavy, again this Tuesday and Thursday. But those are intraday days where we don't talk about all this high time frame stuff. We don't talk about all this Elliott wave stuff as much. We talk usually just our indicators, divergences, actionable trade setups during the week and stuff like that, the day. And those will stream during the NYC close between 3 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, all right? So, again, catch me then, Tuesday and Thursday, between 3 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I always tweet it, so better have the notification on. All right, thanks for all for tuning in. You got to be safe. Much love as always. Catch y'all next time. Satoshi out.